Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Gardy, or some may know me as Prince LA, some may know me as Party Gardy. But today, I only have one name, and that is New York Giant. Go ahead, clap it up. No, go ahead, clap it up. I'll wait. Yes, sir. The New York Giants are in the playoffs for the 2022 season. You know, a lot of people didn't think that we were going to get here, but I suspected that we would. From the start of the season, Giants showed tremendous heart. They showed quick judgment. And they showed that they were going to play different and not as slow as when we played with Schumer or Joe Judge. No. First, shout out to the new management, new GM Joe Schoen, and especially new head coach Brian DeBoll, coming in with a new attitude and a new culture, putting the players first and thus getting results. So I just want to break down a little bit about the regular season for this year. I want to start off by saying that it was a heck of a season. A lot of upsets, a lot of different things, a lot of teams that seem to show good promise for the future. Shout out to organizations, the Lions and the Jaguars. Really look like they turned things around with the two teams that are developing over there. And so it's going to be pretty exciting moving forward for those two teams. I know that for sure. So if we look at the season, we have a couple matchups coming up for this playoffs. We just had our wild card run, and what a run that was. We made it. Some of you guys went home. But if we look forward, let's see what games we have coming to us this Saturday and Sunday. Okay, got my handy dandy iPad. It's not a tablet anymore, kids. It's an iPad. My handy dandy iPad. You know, Blue's Clues if you used to watch. All right. But anyways, so we have coming up this Saturday, or let's start off with the AFC, the games that are played on, let's start off with the AFC. So for the AFC, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. That game, you know, Trevor Lawrence, Etienne, Evan Ingram, and the rest of the crew over there, Josh Allen on defense, they look good. And then they played well. And to be honest, you know, I think they deserve to have gotten this far. One more elite receiver, and those boys are scary. But I think they're going to lose and be overwhelmed by the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And I don't think it's going to look too good for the Jags. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Buffalo Bills. I would like to choose the Buffalo Bills, but I just don't think that their head is in the game. After everything that had happened with Hamlin, I'm glad that he's okay. I just feel like this might not be the Bills' season. I mean, the Bills, Josh Allen is turning the ball over. Stephon Diggs doesn't really get any more looks. You know, in the later half of this season, a lot of people are playing a lot more defense on him. Of course, you have Knox, who's kind of using that as an opportunity for himself. Their run game is you know, but it's always better when Josh Allen is the one running the ball. But I don't know. I just feel like their defense isn't too scary at all as well. They struggled in their last game against the Dolphins. I think they played last, which was pretty funny. Let me just make sure I have that right. Yeah, they struggled against the Dolphins, which is pretty hilarious because the Dolphins had their third string in, so it doesn't even make any sense. So I think Bengals are definitely going to light that up and do well in that game. Moving forward, let's go to the NFC. First of all, shout out the NFC East. That's another team. I forgot to put the Commanders in there. You guys played well. You guys looked scary this year to a lot of teams. You guys were there neck and neck, and we almost had the whole NFC East in the playoffs. So NFC least? Nah. NFC beasts. So just want to shout out the Commanders. That being said, they're out. They're home. Pack it up. And looks like we have Dallas Cowboys going up against the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. And that'll be an interesting game. But with that game, I just don't believe in the Cowboys. I don't believe in the Cowboys at all. Of course, they looked good last week against an old Tom Brady who seemed to not be able to throw the ball to anybody. They have no run game. Playoff Lenny? Who? Rashad White didn't. They have no run game. So you're telling me somebody made a good point on ESPN. They said it looked like a 7-on-7 out there. The defense didn't have to worry about anyone coming out the backfield, didn't have to worry about any quarterback running. It's just guard these guys up front. I mean, 5 of them are going to be blocking. So I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, Cowboys. No. So the Cowboys, you guys are going to be sent home as well. So Commanders, make room. Cowboys are going to be sent home by the San Francisco 49ers. They're just going to get overwhelmed. And Dak, the defense, I think, is going to overwhelm you too. You're not going to be running, jogging, doing your little... No, it's over. Now, let's go to the game that everybody wants to see. Rivalry game. Of course, it's always a rivalry when anybody in the NFC is going up against anybody in the NFC East. NFC East versus NFC East. The Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, Philly, everybody, has beaten everybody. You just, you don't like the other team. You're just obnoxious. New York Giants is probably the classiest of all the organizations. But that's another topic for another day. So the New York Giants going up against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. We coming to you, Philly. That's going to be a pretty electrifying game. It's going to be an exciting game. I hope there are Giant fans that are out there. I'm in LA. I wish I could be out there for sure. But Eagles are going to show out. So the Giants have to show out. And we're close. So the Giants are going to show out for sure. But with that game, it's going to be an interesting one. Yes, the Eagles have beat us twice. Eagles have beat us in the beginning of the season. And, they beat us by a pretty high margin that game. The second game, they beat us. We were resting a lot of our players, and they struggled against our second team. And these are just facts, okay? So when it comes to the Eagles, I think the run is done. I think it's time to clip your wings and find out what it's like to walk amongst the chickens and the pigeons. Okay? Because the difference between, you might ask me oh, Gardy, what's the difference? What's the difference? You guys lost twice. You lost. You know what the difference is? I'm going to name 3 differences. You know what? Actually 3 with a 4th honorable mention. Leonard Williams, Xavier McKinney, and Adoree Jackson. Okay? Those 3 factors, Jalen Hurts didn't go up against any of them in any of the other games. And then the 4th honorable mention, the New York Giants as a team. Right now, the New York Giants have been playing exceptionally better. Every game we've gotten better. There's been progress. This is what our chart looks like. The Eagles, yes, strong stride up. But you started to waver. You started to come down a bit. Then you sit your QB. Then you play him. Then now he's injured with the shoulder injury, which he didn't look confident when he played the Giants last. Looked like he was playing a bit hesitant, protecting the shoulder a little bit. And I want to let you guys know, we have big guys on the line. Dexter Lawrence. Kayvon Thibodeau. Leonard Williams. Ojulari might participate, but if not, Jaden Smith at linebacker. We have hard hitters who are ready for that run scheme that Jalen likes to do. He's going to be running, for sure. He's going to be running for his life. But at the end of the day, the New York Giants are going to find a way to win this one out. The spread on this game, I believe, is +7. But I believe in the New York Giants. And just for the record, we could talk about the New York Giants and how many times they've been to the Super Bowl. That's one thing about us is we have experience. Last time we was there was 2008. I remember that fondly. Stayed up late to watch that one. As you know, on the East Coast, the games show up at night, and pretty sure that game went till midnight, and I had school, elementary school, something like that, middle school, I don't know. And then we then came back and won again in 2012. Shout out Eli Manning. Shout out the old Giants defense of old. Justin Tuck, Osei, Strahan, all you boys. Hakeem Nicks, Tyree. So, I'm excited for the Giants. I'm excited for this game. And I truly think the New York Giants are going to go ahead and pull this one out and win. Lila, come here, baby. I know you were napping. Just want to shout out me and my baby. You know who we rooting for. Tell him bye, Lila Bear. Let's go Giants.